Okay.
Hi Lux, hi again. Hope this video turns out a little bit better than the other one. First of all, you always need a glass of wine when you're cooking. It just helps you relax, and a little apron in case you slop. So I'm going to run through the ingredients that you need again. You need ground beef or ground chuck. You need celery, an onion, a can of tomatoes diced, 2 small cans of tomato soup, 1 can of dark red kidney beans, a small can of tomato sauce, some elbow macaroni, and salt and chili powder and a little cayenne powder red pepper if you want. Okay, let's get started. First of all, I washed my celery and cut off both ends. And then I sliced it up like this, not real thick pieces, because you want it to cook through. And then I also cut up my onion and diced it up like this. So when that's done, I took my kettle and filled it with water, probably not quite half full. So I'm going to turn my burner on to get it cooking pretty good, and I'm going to dump in my onions and my celery. I have more here that I cut up before. And we're going to dump in the celery. After that, we're going to get this cooking good and bring it to a boil, but then turn it down some just so it's cooking a little bit. I also put a cover on. Well, first of all, I'm going to add a lot of salt to this water. Lots of salt. You can always add more salt later if you need it. And then I'm going to put my cover on a little tilted like this and get this cooking good. It's probably going to take a good 20 minutes to a half hour to get the celery to be soft. While that's cooking, put your hamburger in a frying pan, which I'm doing right now, and get it broke up a little for the size of pieces you want. And I salt and pepper that good too. So while that's browning and that's cooking, and keep your eye on that, have a little sip of wine, and then we're going to take a little break and I'll be right back. Okay, lads, as you see, I still have my wine. I'm kidding, this is my second glass. After 20 minutes, I tested a piece of celery and it seemed tender. So now I salted my hamburger a little bit more and added some more salt to my celery. So sometimes there's a lot of grease on your hamburger, and I like to drain the grease off a little bit, which I'm doing right now, like this. Put the cover on so your chili doesn't get really greasy. Okay, so I'm going to add the hamburger into my celery and onions, and leave the water that you were cooking the celery and onions in the kettle too. Just add your hamburger. Hope you're enjoying this video. And there you go. Then what I'm going to do is turn the burner down somewhat. I'm going to move it over here. Just on, maybe above low, like 2 or 3 or 4 above low. So now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. Here's my can of diced tomatoes. Just going to dump them in. And I'm going to add some tomato sauce. Dump that in. I think I just splattered now, but my apron still looks clean. Here are my dark red kidney beans. And they're going in. Careful you don't splatter yourself if it's hot. And then my tomato soup is going in. I'm adding more than you will because you are probably only doing half of this whole thing. There we go. I'm just going to stir it up a little. And next, I'm going to add the chili powder. And you can keep adding this even after you think it's done. And I am adding a little red pepper. I'll stir it again. Okay, I'm going to put the cover back on a little bit and let that simmer. And next, I have a kettle of water. Put it back on the burner. Add a little salt to it. And I'm going to get that boiling, which might take a little bit. And then I'm going to add my elbow macaroni. Now you're not going to add as much as I do because you're making a smaller batch. So once that's boiling, I'll dump that in. And you're going to watch it and you're going to stir it a little bit so it doesn't cook over. And that'll take about, I would say, I think the box says about 8-9 minutes when it's boiling good. But stay by it and don't let it cook over. Turn your burner down if it's getting too hot. I like to put a wooden spoon over it, and that helps it from boiling over too. So we'll wait till that boils, and I guess then we'll be ready to dump that in.
Work half the time. Okay.
Hi Lex, back again. Still have my glass of wine. After I got my water boiling for the macaroni, I dumped it in, and then I kind of stirred it and stood there on and off and brought it to a nice lower boil so it wouldn't cook over. Stirred it on and off for like 9 minutes. The recipe for that will be on the back of your box. So now I'm going to drain it and be careful of the steam. Just going to throw it in a strainer. And then I'm going to run some cold water on it. That gets all the starch off of it, so there you go. Now I'm going to add it to my soup over here, which I just had on low to let it simmer all the while. I'm going to add the macaroni. I'm going to give it a stir. There you go. And I'm going to put the cover back on with a little tilt, and I'm going to turn the burner off so it simmers. Now you can add more chili powder or red pepper. You can taste the juice, but be careful, it's going to be hot. You can add a little salt too if it's not salty enough. So, I hope this all works for you. I had a lot of fun doing it. If it does, I might do another video of my taco dip and tray because I know you can do it. It is so simple.
Okay.
If you have any questions on the chili, you can call me. You can call Aunt Kelly. Maybe your mom, but not Jamie. She would not know anything about it, so.
Shutting off. Go ahead, keep going.
Hope it works for you. Hope you enjoy it. We love you. We miss you. And have a good day and night and fun chili making.